Hi, my dear students. How are you? I hope all of you are fine. Are you ready for our English class? Okay, all of you take your English textbook. Take page number 42. Today we are going to discuss a new interesting poem. What's the name of our poem? Yes, Foreign Lands. Foreign Foreign Lands is written by Robert Robert what's his name? Robert Louis Stephen. Okay, is the title of our poem Foreign Lands is written by Robert Louis Stephen. Okay, here then all of you look at this brief account of our author. Robert Louis Stephen, named 1850 to 1894, 1850 to 1894, was a Scottish novelist, poet, essayist, and travel writer. His best known books include Treasure Island, Kidnapped and Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Here, Robert Louis Stephen is one of the Scottish writer. Scottish novelist, then poet, essayist, travel writer. Okay, here Robert Louis is one of the he was a Scottish novelist, poet, essayist, and travel writer. Here, his best known books include Treasure Island and Kidnap and the Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Okay, here in this poem, the speaker described the excitement a child feels when he or she climbs a tall tree and has a better view of the surroundings world. Here, the speaker described the excitement. The speaker described the excitements and child feels when he or she climbs a tall tree, has a better view of surrounding world. Okay, understand? Let's go through our poem. Okay, and before that, I will ask some questions. Have you seen land from the higher place? Have you seen land from the higher place? Have you seen? Have you seen? Yeah. I know some students, while on a flight from the top, multi-storied building, we can see our view of the surrounding world. Okay. Then, what is land? Do you like lands? Do you like lands? Okay, I know most of the students are like lands. For what? I know boys are more like to land because they want to play football. Here the poet describes the excitement of child feels. Excitement of child feels here, and also to enable to view nature the child perspectives, or to help see how a simple image to come objective to enjoy for a child. Okay, here then before taking our poem, all of you remember this poem. The poem is about the child's adventurous the first time to climb a cherry tree. The poet speaks through the voice of a child. The poet speak through the voice of the child. Okay, understand? Okay, let's go through our poem. All of you look at in your textbook. Up into the cherry tree, who should climb but little me? I held the trunk with both my hands and looked abroad in foreign lands. I saw the next door garden lie, adorned with flowers before my eye, and many pleasant places more that I had never seen before. I saw the dimpling rivers pass, and be the sky's blue looking glass. The dusty roads go up and down, with people tramping into town. If I could find a higher tree, further and further I should see, to where the ground up river lay, into the sea among the shapes, to where the road on either hand lead onward into fairyland, where all the children dine at 5, and all the playthings come alive. All of you read silently this poem. Okay, I hope all of you read here. Then first stanza, all of you look at the first stanza. Up into the cherry tree, who should climb but little me? I held trunk with both my hands and looked abroad in foreign land. Here we have already discussed he or she. Here the poem is about the child's adventures. The first time climbed a cherry tree. Here the he or she climbed a cherry tree. Who should climb a little me? I held the trunk with both my hands. I held ഈ നല്ല വണ്ണമുള്ള ഒരു തടിമരത്തിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ കെട്ടിപ്പിടിച്ച് മരത്തിൻ്റെ മുകളിലേക്ക് കയറുകയാണ്. And look at abroad foreign lands. What's the meaning of abroad? Outside poets on place. Outside the poets on place. Then he look at the abroad in foreign lands. Abroad in foreign lands. All of you understand this is the first answer? All of you understand? Okay, I asked some questions related to the first answer. What does the child see from atop the cherry tree? What? It's the first view of a child. First view of the child. Then next question. Why does the child say foreign land? Why does the child say foreign land? What is the answer? Yes, the child has never seen this before. The child has never seen like this before. ഇതിനു മുൻപ് ഈ കുട്ടി ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള കാഴ്ച കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് പറയുന്നത് everything appears foreign, meaning everything appears is foreign lands. Okay, understand the first answer? Clear? Okay, very good. We can go through the second stanza. Okay, I saw the next door garden lie, adorned with flowers before my eye, and many pleasant places more that I had never seen before. I saw the next door garden lie. I saw the next door of the garden lie. പിന്നെ എന്താണ് കുട്ടി കാണുന്നത്? The next door of garden lie. Garden lie. Adorned with flowers before my eye. Adorn. എന്താണ് കാണുന്നത്? ഒരു ഗാർഡൻ ആണ് കാണുന്നത്. Adorn means decorated. Decorated with flowers before my eye. പിന്നെ എന്താണ്? Decorated with flowers before my eye. ഞാൻ ഇതിനു മുമ്പ് ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു കാഴ്ച കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല. എന്താണ്? It's decorated with full of flowers and many pleasant places more, and many pleasant places more that I had never seen before. അതുപോലെ എന്താണ്? ഒരുപാട് നല്ല ഭംഗിയുള്ള സ്ഥലങ്ങളും ആ കുട്ടി മരത്തിൻ്റെ മുകളിൽ നിന്ന് കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ എന്താണ്? that I had never seen before. ഇതിനു മുൻപ് ഞാൻ ഇതുപോലത്തെ ഒരു സ്ഥലം കണ്ടിട്ടില്ലെന്ന് ഈ കുട്ടി പറയാണ്. Understand the second stanza? Okay, what do you think the speaker could not see the neighbors' gardens before? What is the answer here? Isa prevented the child before seeing the garden. What is the answer? What is the answer? Okay, what do you think the speaker could see the neighbor's gardens before? The fence prevented the little child from the seeing the garden clearly. അല്ലേ, ചെറിയ കുട്ടിയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ എന്താണ്, അതിന് അധികമൊന്നും കാണാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ഇപ്പം എന്തിൻ്റെ മുകളിൽ കയറി നിന്നാണ് ഇസ കാണുന്നത്? He climbed the tree and then he see the surroundings. Okay, yeah. The next question, how does the scene appeal to the child? The garden is bedecked and colorful flowers which is pleasant to eye. Colorful, it decorate here the surroundings. The garden is decorated with the flowers. That's that which is the pleasant to the eye. അത് കണ്ടപ്പോൾ എന്താണ്, ഭയങ്കര pleasant ആയെന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. Then third stanza, I saw the dimpling river pass and be the sky's blue looking glass. The dusty roads go up and down with the people tramping into town. Then he saw, എന്താണ് കാണുന്നത്, dimpling river pass. Dimpling river means എന്താണ്, with little holes on surface of the water. എന്താണ്, ചെറിയ അരുവികളൊക്കെ ആ മരത്തിൻ്റെ മുകളിൽ നിന്ന് കാണുകയാണ്. And be the sky's blue looking glass. പിന്നെ എന്തായിട്ടാണ് തോന്നുന്നത്? Sky is looking like a sky's blue looking glass. ആകാശം, നീലാകാശമൊക്കെ എന്തായിട്ട് തോന്നുകയാണ്? ലൈക്ക് എ ഗ്ലാസ്, ഒരു കണ്ണാടി പോലെ, ഒരു ചില്ല് പോലെ ഈ കുട്ടിക്ക് ഫീൽ ചെയ്യാണ്. The dusty roads go up and down. The dusty roads go up and down. Then with people tramping into town. What's a tramping? Walking with the heavy steps. അതുപോലെ എന്താണ്, ഒരുപാട് ആളുകൾ, some people are walking through with the heavy steps. Then first we saw a garden is full of decorated with the full of flowers. Then next he saw a dimpling river pass and the sky is blue like a looking glass. Then and some people are tramping into town. Okay, understand? Okay, and then next stanza, fourth stanza. Okay, fourth stanza. If I could find a higher tree, further and further I should see, to where the ground up river sleeps, into the sea among the shades. All of you read that fourth stanza. All of you read. Okay, I hope all of you read the first stanza. And before that, I asked one questions related to our third stanza. What does the speaker mean by the first two lines? What is the first two lines? I saw a dimpling river pass and be the sky's blue looking glass. What is the answer? The glistening river passing by filled with ripples as moving wind touching its surface. The child could capture image of clear blue sky reflected on the river. This image for the child is no different than a mirror. So, calls it sky's looking glass. Understand? Here, once again I say the answer. The glistening river passing by is filled with the ripples. As the moving wind touched its surface, the child could capture the image of the clear blue sky reflected on the river. This image for the child is no different than a mirror. Also call it sky's looking glass. Okay, then fourth stanza. If I could find a higher tree, further and further I should see, to where the grown up river sleeps, into sea among shapes. അതുപോലെ if I could find a higher tree, further and further, എന്താണ്, കൂടുതൽ ദൂരേക്ക് കാണാൻ കഴിയുമെന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. To where the grown up river sleeps, into the sea among shapes. അതുപോലെ എന്താണ്, river slips പുഴകൾ ഇങ്ങനെ പോകുന്നത് എന്താണ്? ഇസ് ഇൻറ്റു ദ സീ എമംഗ് ഷിപ്സ്. ഒരു ഷിപ്സ് പോകുന്ന പോലെ ഈ കുട്ടിക്ക് ഫീൽ ചെയ്യാണ്. In the fourth stanza, what is the poet wish in first stanza? The distance the child holds for a much taller tree. The child's imagination runs with the flowing river, and the point where river joins sea, the flows among the shapes. The child longs to sight of the ocean. Okay, understand? And then the last stanza of this poem, toward the road on either hand. Toward the road on the either hand, lead onward into fairyland, where all the children dine at 5, and all the playthings come alive. All of you read silently this poem. Okay, last stanza, toward the road on either hand, lead onward into fairylands, where all the children dine at 5, and all the playthings come alive. അതുപോലെ എന്താണ് ഈ കുട്ടിക്ക് എന്താണ് രണ്ട് റോഡുകളൊക്കെ എന്താണ് ഒന്നായിട്ട് തോന്നുകയാണ്. And lead onward into fairyland. Now we are imagining with fairyland. Here he wishes to see the place where the river joins and moves between one. Then the child, he thinks now he is sitting like a fairy land. Then next line, where all the children dine at 5, and all the playthings come alive. Where the children dine early and have fun time with toys after eating their food. And then the children dine early. Dine means ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കുക. Okay, dine at 5, and then have fun time with the toys after. It's an imaginary world that child has traveled into in touch view from up the cherry tree. All of you understand this poem? All of you understand? If you have any doubts, please ask me. All of you write down your word meanings, write down your notebook. Okay, then once again we revise this poems. Here the poem is about the child's adventurous first time to climb a cherry tree. The poet speaks through the voice of a child. Here the child gets the different perspectives of the world. Here the perspectives of the world from the tree. The child, as the once able to see next door neighbors, first see the neighbors' adorable garden is decorated with full of flowers. Then distance the passing. Then the river at the distance and people passing and down to the roads. Then he is indulging the child, and experience leads to child's to dream of what could be beyond. Then the child wishes to climb a higher and higher tree. For what? You want to see further and further. I should see. Further and further, I should see. He wishes to see the place where the river joined to sea moves between shapes. The rivers here. Then next. So toward the ground up the river sleeps into sea among sheep. The children thinks they here he wishes to see the place where the river joins sea and moves between shapes. The child then thinks of a fairy lands where children dine early and have fun time with toys after. Okay, all of you understand this small beautiful poem? I hope all of you understand this poem. If you have any doubts, please ask me. All of you read this poem 5 times, and also all of you complete your notebook. Let's wind up our today's class. Thank you.